the idea of gender roles, that is a value that I hold. That is a value that Christians traditionally have held, Muslims traditionally have held and still hold. And gender roles shouldn't be seen as a restriction in the sense that, oh, you're a slave. Yes, so in Islam there are gendered rules. Like men and women do have different rules. And this is on the basis of God's revelation. Why? Because men and women aren't the same. Treating men and women as if they have the same body, the same psychology, the same mentality, the same personality traits. This is actually injustice. It's actually going to lead to real oppression. Well, my definition of equality is, it's the Islamic definition, is that men and women are equal in terms of spiritually before God. In Islam, men and women are seen as equal, and we're judged only on the basis of our piety and our righteousness and our service of God. So a woman who prays and fasts and is a servant of God is going to be at the same level as a man who does the same thing as well. All things being equal, they're spiritually at the same level and therefore equal. But in terms of their roles in society, I think it's a mistake and it's a disaster to think that women can do everything that men can do and men can do everything that women can do. This is something that is just belied by basic biology, basic science of psychology. Men and women are very, very different. And Islam is not against women working per se, just against women and men mixing together in a kind of sexualized environment that causes, the Me Too movement. It was an interesting fallout of the Me Too movement that a lot of men in the corporate world said, look, I'm not going to meet with you privately if you're the opposite sex because I don't want any accusations thrown at me or suspicions. And this is actually an Islamic thing. If you go farther back, it's a Christian thing too. It's a traditional thing, right, that men and women shouldn't be privately meeting with each other because it raises an eyebrow. It raises like, okay, what are they really doing behind closed doors? And this is kind of it's like the secular world discovered that after the Me Too movement, but it's not like a new discovery. Muslims and other traditional people have been practicing this for centuries, for generations. So there's a right way to live, I think. And you can try to discover it on your own and fall into all kinds of harms and disasters, and maybe eventually you won't figure it out. Or you can rely on God. You can rely on revelation. You can rely on God giving guidance. And God said, yeah, don't mix with the opposite gender. Don't dress in kind of provocative ways to entice others towards lust, etc. So these are the kinds of values that are gendered. It's gender rolled, and it's kind of an enlightenment or atheistic propaganda to say, oh, this is oppressing the opposite sex, or women are second-class citizens.